In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to work the make one backwards loop increase as well as the make one forwards loop increase. On this swatch here, I've worked the make one backwards loop increase on this side and the make one forwards loop increase on this side. You can see that the make one backwards loop increase tends to lean to the left, making it a left leaning increase. The make one forwards loop increase leans to the right, which makes it a right leaning increase. This increase is really nice because it creates some very nice straight lines, which makes it a good increase to use for something like a top-down raglan. Okay, let's get started. So we're going to start off with the make one backwards loop increase, which is the left leaning increase. So work up to the spot in your knitting where you want to add your increase. For English style knitters, you're going to want to hold your working yarn in your right hand. So you're going to bring your index finger behind your working yarn from back to front and wrap it around your finger like this. Bring your right needle tip under that loop on your finger. Remove your finger and tighten that loop onto your needle. I'm going to do it one more time. Okay, so bring your index finger behind the working yarn from back to front. Wrap it around your finger. Bring your right needle tip under that loop. Remove your finger and pull it nice and tightly onto your needle. When I loosen up the stitch to show you the orientation, you'll see that the right leg of the stitch wraps over the front of the needle, and that creates a left leaning increase. All right, so for Continental knitters, you're going to want to hold your yarn in your left hand probably. And I'm not a Continental knitter, so this is a little awkward for me, but I'll do my best to demonstrate. So to work the make one backwards loop increase Continental style, you're going to take your thumb under your working yarn to create a bar between your index finger and your thumb like this. Take your right needle tip over that bar and then bring it under and around like that. Remove your thumb and tighten the loop onto your needle. I'm going to show you that one more time. Okay, bring your thumb under your working yarn. Your right needle comes over that bar and goes under it. Remove your thumb and tighten it onto your needle. And that creates a left leaning increase. For the make one forward loop increase, which is a right leaning increase, you're going to do something fairly similar, but you're going to be wrapping the yarn in the opposite direction. So for English style knitters, with your working yarn in your right hand, this time you're going to take your index finger from front to back over your working yarn so that it wraps like that. Turn your finger slightly so that you can see the loop over on the back of your finger, and bring your right needle tip under that loop onto your needle. Remove your finger and tighten it onto your needle. I'll show you again. So your index finger goes from front to back around your working yarn. Turn your finger, take your right needle tip under that loop, remove your finger, and tighten onto your needle. And when we look at the orientation of the stitch, you'll see this time that the left leg of the stitch wraps over the front of the needle, creating a right leaning increase. Okay, Continental knitters, with your working yarn in your left hand, this time you're going to take your thumb over your working yarn and wrap your thumb around so your yarn wraps like that. And then your right needle tip comes under that loop on your thumb. Remove your thumb and pull it tightly onto your needle like that. Okay, I'm going to show you one more time. So your thumb comes over the working yarn, wraps around. Your right needle tip comes under that loop. Remove your thumb and tighten it onto your needle, like that. One thing to keep in mind when working the make one forward loop increase is that when you work your next row around of your project, you're going to have to work this increase through the back loop, just because its orientation is flipped from what it should be. As you can see, like here's a stitch with the right orientation, and this one, the increase here, has the wrong orientation. So just knit it through the back loop and everything should be great. Okay, thank you for watching.